Fatigue is really is my main thing, but I try to ignore it, to be perfectly honest. And this weekend I just had a huge situation with the fatigue. It really does catch up to you as a Sjogren's patient. It's not anything, you can't explain it like it's simple, that you're just tired or you could just lay down and rest. It's not like that. When it comes over you, it's just extreme fatigue. I've actually gone to do a run at a park close to our house. Driven to the park, everything's great, it's early morning, whatever, great day, beautiful day, and I get there, I get my running stuff on, and I'm just too exhausted even to get out of the car, literally get out of the car, and I'll just sleep. I do have to be very careful about the fatigue. So even though I'm a very active person, I like to ballroom dance, I like to run, I love to spend time with the grandkids, I like to shop, I like to do all these crazy things. My symptoms are still centered around my eyes and my mouth, but mostly my mouth right now. I have to be very careful what I eat. I can't drink any wine. I have to be careful if I'm invited to somebody's house. I don't like to be invited to people's houses because I can't eat certain things. I don't know what I can eat that day. And there's sores in your mouth, cuts in your mouth, so that even if you would eat a chip, it could cut your mouth. And then if you drank wine, it would burn like you can't believe, and it's extremely painful. I realized I had dental problems all my life, but we never realized it was related to Sjogren's until really just a couple of years ago we put it together and realized for 30 years I've had dental issues. And always I would go to the dentist and he'd, you've got to take better care of your teeth, you've got to floss, you've got to do this. And it's very embarrassing when you're an adult. And I would go home, and I had every single tooth in my head root canaled. And then eventually I had every single tooth in my head capped, and still problems with my teeth because the caps just don't work when you have that dry of mouth. I always suggest to patients, get to a good doctor, get to a good dentist and when I say good, I just mean that understands the syndrome. To a new patient, I would suggest that they try to find out as much information as they can through whatever their means of learning is. So if their means of learning is going to a website, go to Sjogren Syndrome Foundation and find out whatever you can. If your means of learning is reading, purchase books, whether it be on Sjogren's or chronic illness, wherever you are in the process. If your means of learning is talking to people, I would suggest that you go to a support group. If you're just diagnosed today, you're saying to yourself, I'm scared. I don't know what it's going to mean. And I know one thing, nobody can tell you what it's going to mean, because it is going to be a journey. It's going to be a process of your life. But it's okay to be a little afraid, and I think we all are in all facets of our life. But I think one thing we can tell you is that you're probably going to be better than you think.
Having medical professionals who are educated about Sjogren's syndrome, know how to treat it, and understand its progression is very important. Other Sjogren's patients can be a good resource for finding these specialists.